a lot of people's SEO strategies struggle, and I think it's down to a couple of reasons. Often it's down to their topic and keyword research that they're just getting massively wrong. It seems like a simple concept to do keyword research. You search for a few things on a tool, you find the ones you want to rank for, and then you go after them. Problem is, either people get so eagle-eyed and so sort of narrow focused, almost blinkered like a horse in a horse race, thinking this is their one keyword, this is their only two keywords, or even 10 keywords that they need to rank for. That creates one problem in that they're so narrow focused on a highly competitive term that they're just never generating any traffic, they're never generating any topical authority for their site, and all in all, they're just underestimating the volume that they should be working at in terms of how much content or how many pages they need to produce to generate decent traffic and support their overall goals for their site. Or you get the complete flip side and they go nuts and they collect every single keyword they can ever think of that might be slightly related to their business or their niche or their website, and they start firing from the hip. And they're just sort of firing out content at random. Sometimes I've seen people just go like, we've got a list of this 1,000,000 keywords or this 1,000 keywords. We're going to start at the highest volume and we're going to work our way down. Problem is, the highest volume keywords, they're never going to rank for because they're so competitive. And they never keep going and get anywhere until they reach keywords and topics that they are actually going to rank for. And they're so all over the place that they just never sort of nail down a clean strategy. Well, if you want to do some keyword research for stuff that you can actually rank for and topics you're actually going to have a chance of generating traffic for, then I want to show you how a couple of techniques that I use today that can literally find you SEO gold, keyword gold in 5 minutes. To the point where you could follow this process today, grab a few keywords, get some content written, getting published, and within the next few weeks, you would have decent traffic coming to your site. This is stuff that you can implement right now today. So feel free to steal my 5-minute keyword mining system. And if you find anything useful today and you've got a spare millisecond to click the subscribe button, that'd be great. Still a new channel, still growing, but I'm putting out content every day, just trying to help people improve the amount of traffic they're getting to their website and build better, more sustainable businesses. So I want to show you a couple things in SEMrush today, but to be honest, you could use any keyword research tool, whether that's something like Ahrefs or something else cheaper out there. I've also done a couple videos on free SEO tools for you to check out, which I'll link in the description. So today we're going to start in Keyword Magic Tool, and then I'm going to show you a couple of other tricks in SEMrush or similar keyword research tools that you can use. We're going to go through how I can quickly find commercial and transactional terms that are going to have a decent chance of ranking and a decent chance of converting or taking customers further down your funnel. And then we're going to look at some competitor stuff as well. But let's start here. Let's pick a subject. I'm thinking we'll go with something like accountants today. So you want to start, and generally this is where most people start. They start with their seed keyword, their top level keyword, and plumb that into their keyword research tool. Now, the problem is you start getting all sorts coming up, and you've got some great volumes here, 500,000 for this, but they're not always actually that relevant. It's actually filtering it down to account. So because this is a word that sort of gets tweaked into account as well, we actually want to filter it down first into a phrase match. So we want to make sure we got the exact keywords or the exact keyword phrase in certain orders, because we want it to be accountants. Actually, I think I might go for accountant, because we might see different results from accountant for accountants, but we'll see how we go. So again, we filtered it down one more, but it's still quite high difficulty, high volume, and stuff that we're probably not going to rank for. Like, I'd love to work for an accountant and we're going to rank for tax accountant, but it's probably unrealistic expectation for most businesses to rank for that. So I've got my settings listed out for me here. So first thing I do is look at the keyword difficulty. We want something that we stand a chance of ranking for and that we maybe don't even have to build any links to. So I want nothing harder than a 40% difficulty to rank for. Anything higher than 40 out of 100 is going to require links, and it's going to require a lot of work, whereas anything below 40, you've got a better chance. The lower the number, the higher the opportunity we are going to have to rank. After that, I generally want to look for long tail keywords. These are words that are 3 words or more that are going to have way less competition and way less people looking at them. So we can go into advanced filters and we can just hit word count and put from and just hit 3 there. Again, we're going to go down another subsection. Now we're keyword difficulty 40 and less, and our volumes are still okay. They're not as big as they were, but if we're ranking for keywords with 2,500 searches a month for most businesses, that especially if they're high intent keywords, that's going to be really, really great. But we want to go a little bit further, and maybe we're just going to start adding the commercial and transactional intent of a keyword. Now, there's different intents to keywords, and that means what people are looking for to do when they search these types of keywords. If they're informational, then they're just looking for information on a subject. That's just not going to drive any conversions for your business. It might be great for brand awareness, but we also know AI is sucking up more and more of those search terms. Navigational as well, they're just looking to get somewhere. If someone was to type in Gmail account login or something, they're looking to just navigate to Gmail account login. They're not relevant for any business except Google, basically. And so we want commercial and transactional, which are further down the funnel, and people are more into thinking about buying decisions. So you can actually see the information here. The user wants to investigate brands or services. The user wants to complete an action, a conversion. They've got their wallet ready to buy. So that's the next thing. We want to look for these high intent keywords that are going to give us a better opportunity of ranking. Accountant's an interesting one, and you'll find this with a lot, is like people seem to be looking for jobs in here. And to be honest, I'm not interested in, if I'm an accountant looking to rank, I'm not looking for to hire accountants. In recruitment, then this is absolute gold. Certified management accountant jobs. There's all sorts of stuff in here that you could take advantage if you're a recruiter for accountants, but we're looking at being an accountant doing SEO. So I might go and exclude the keyword job because it's just taking up space in what I'm looking at here. Now we've got a much more defined set of terms that are transactional. And you can start to pick out stuff that even are easy keywords, 20 and below, that are going to have great ranking potential. We've still got some sort of stuff to filter through. We've got Amazon Prime, the accountant, so we could start taking those out. But what we can actually really do is start finding some really great keywords in here. Bookkeeper versus accountant, CPA versus accountant. These are really nice middle of funnel keywords that people are like, oh, do I need this? They know they have a problem, someone searching this search term. So they're like, okay, I've got this problem with my accounts. Do I need a bookkeeper or do I need an accountant? Do I need a CPA? Do I need an accountant? So you can start collecting up these keywords for the middle of your funnel, basically, to start driving people towards the conversion area. What I'm seeing here is there's all sorts of things coming out now. Real estate tax accountant, and keyword difficulty 18, 590. If most accountants cover a various different set of niches. If that's relevant, you could certainly add it in. Look at this. This is one that I would have never even dreamed to start searching for. Forensic accountant divorce. Keyword 11 difficulty. Senior accountant position description. That's not so relevant. That's again probably better for a recruiter, but you can see the opportunities that are starting to come out. Accountant San Diego, if you're location-based keywords, these start coming out now. If you search around your locations as well, that's great stuff to add in. If you've got particular locations, you can start including those in included keywords, and any keyword, start bringing out location pages for your service pages. Actuary versus accountant. You can start to see now that you've got high intent commercial and transactional keywords that are much easier to rank for. Crypto tax accountant, I could go on. I've got accountant, I'm going to phrase match accountants plural and get a whole nother set of keywords coming through. SEO for accountants, great for me. That's one that I now should be adding and doing content on. Might be my next YouTube video coming up. You'll have to subscribe and wait and see. But again, you can see a whole new set of best accountants for small businesses. Loads of stuff coming out here for your strategy. So that's number one. Plug in your topic and use these settings, and I'll put the settings below in the video description as well. You can even go and do, while you're here, for example, go and do more analysis on the SERP, search engine results page, or Google search, to see, you've got the local business map pack, but it's actually showing me for the whole of the US. But what we really want to do is start looking at, like, where could we get featured in search? You've got discussions and forums coming out. So can you enter these discussions or, be a big contributor to these discussions with your brand and your business and link back to your business? So you would go into that Reddit post, add your comment, maybe go and ask all your friends and find people to go and upvote your comment, which also has a link to your business. You've given some tangible value. about how you provide a great service, get that comment to the top of that Reddit post. Now, when people are searching and they click through to that Reddit post, you might come up high as a commenter with a link to your business and a good recommendation or a good explanation of how you approach the services to get traffic to your website and high intent traffic. You can also go through and see the sort of posts that people and the sort of pages that people are running to get an idea of what you need to do in this SERP. Again, we've got Quora. You could go and get yourself commenting in that Quora post. And you've got this company there. They look like they're a service page. And you've got top 10s as well to try and you could go and ask these companies to feature you in the top 10 as well if you're going to offer tangible value. So you can start looking at the SERP as well to start seeing how you can sort of, I guess, manipulate and offer more value than competitors to get to the top of these search results as well if it's a competitive one. The other thing I would do to find really easy keywords is to use a keyword gap tool. Now, this is super easy. This is going to unlock so many opportunities for you. Let's switch back to the UK for a bit and we'll go for accountants in London. Accountants in London, here we go. And we're going to go through and pick our top competitors. Let's say these three. Let's say we're this company, Weldon Turnbull. They're not a client of mine or anything. This is where you'd put your domain for your website. Then go and pick three of your biggest competitors in search results. 1, 2, 3. And I'd probably set these to root domain rather than subfolder to give us a full view. And just go and compare your competitors. And you can start to see the keyword overlaps and not between them all. See that Price Bailey have 5.8k ranking keywords. The others 600, 600, and 2000s. Now, the thing to do with this area is to go and click the untapped area. These are keywords for which your domain, your website doesn't rank for, but one or more of your competitors does. So this is where you can go and compete with them. But this is an interesting point because we don't necessarily want to go and say, like, they rank number one for this, let's go and try and compete directly with them. What I want to do is find the gold. So I'm going to use this keyword difficulty filter here that shows you how hard it's going to be to rank for something. And we want to switch that to filter it the other way so we can find all these green terms. And we can even filter by intent as well. Again, we could go commercial and transactional intent again to filter down these to more commercial, higher converting search terms. And straight away we can see keyword difficulty 5. Okay, volume 90. But I don't mind that. Like, people get hung up on search volumes, but it's going to be easy to rank for. So that's an easy keyword to scoop up. Change it to audit thresholds. Someone's got a problem there. They want to know about audit threshold changes. And if you can help solve that problem for a blog post, I know for a fact that blog posts like that convert really highly for accountants because they read the post and they still need help solving that query. So they pick up the phone and they ring and ask. You've got all sorts of things. Buying a car through a business. Someone searching that probably doesn't actually have a good accountant that they can trust to ask. So if you can provide information at 110 search volume a month, keyword difficulty 6, you go and provide that information for someone, rank really easily. They don't have anyone that they can call up to ask that question because obviously their accountant at the moment sucks. So if you're the accountant giving that advice from a blog post online, I guarantee people will just pick up the phone and say, like, hey, I just need some help. Can you help me with this? And again, you've got them on the phone to go and sell them your accounting services. And you can see straight away through this. This is great. I actually need to use this more. I don't use this method enough and filter down by intent, but can I buy a car through my business? Again, you're stacking up those keyword terms. Again, buying a car through a business, buying a car through a limited company. Look at this. If you were to stack up all these search terms, if you're an accountant watching this in the UK, you should go and stack up all these search terms. You've got thousands of potential search traffic a month there. Let's go and look at this. Why don't we go and look at the search while we're here? How do we find... This was actually a thought I had the other day. Like, I need to buy a new car. Like, can I just put it on my business? I don't know. Purchasing a vehicle through your business. Should I buy a car through my limited company? Again, there's forum posts to manipulate in there. Rush accounting, pros and cons. People may be like, we're not even at pros and cons yet. I just want to know, can I do it? Yeah, there's an opportunity there. Let's have a look at this top blog post. It's not a massive guide. You could go and say, like, can I do it? Pros and cons of doing it. We could even go and look at the SERP further in here and say, like, got this little pop-up that comes up in Google, in SEMrush, but we could go and have a closer look at an inspection of this search term, because this is a bit of gold that I found. That's 260 volume worldwide, easy ranking, volume 70, but we know we can stack similar search terms together in there and cluster them up. You've got, look at all this volume that once you tag up all this, it's going to be great. There's even a potential whole pillar of content to build out there, according to SEMrush. Yeah, you can see backlinks 12,000. So if you write this content, people are easily ranking above the government website as well. Go and write this content, build a few links to it. You're going to have a great chance of generating a lot of traffic for a keyword like that. That's pretty cool, isn't it?